Hey, this is Nili Brosh. You're listening to Verbal Shenanigans.
Thanks so much.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Verbal Shenanigans podcast. Mike, you just did a small jive again. I noticed a little
It's podcast time. You can't stop me.
A little shoulder shrug, I saw.
The jive comes when the podcast starts. You know that. It only stops when you go, good night, everybody.
Now you make fun of me because I mooed or I did a weird welcome. You have a little dance you've been doing the last couple weeks.
If you can't get in the groove before a podcast, I don't know why we're doing this, my friend.
Well, welcome back, everybody, or welcome to your first experience with us. I hope it's a dreamy, magical experience like most of our episodes tend to be.
I hope it's extra creamy.
I'm noticing you're wearing a Pleplius hat.
Yes, I am. I got it, and it is signed by our fine guest, Zane Lamprey.
How was that?
It was a great night, but it was worth the 2.5 hour drive. And when I told them, yeah, I'll go to this one, they're like, "Are you sure?" and all that. I'm like, "Yeah, I know Terrapin beer in Atlanta. No, this is gonna be great." And then it's like, "Oh, Athens is a tad." It's like, "Hi, Atlanta, keep going."
Yeah. But you traveled 2.5 hours to get a cup of coffee before, so this is true. This is not a big deal in the bubble world.
No, I said, Zane, you are half an hour better than coffee. That's how good your comedy is, my friend.
Did you stop to visit any animals along the way?
No. Now, Zane does a lot of comedy revolving around animals. He like one of his jokes he brought up, he said, scientifically, I think in 5 years, every dog will end in oodle, which is very much true. And he's like, who's got a doodle? And I raised my hand and I said, husky golden doodle. And he's like, I don't even know what that is. And he went to the next person.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't even know your dog was a doodle.
Yeah, husky golden doodle. Peter, in fact, is behind my seat doodle right now, just looking around.
All right. I had an interesting. Well, first off, I'll jump real quick, and we were supposed to record yesterday, but apparently in New Jersey, what was said as a severe thunderstorm whipped into my house like what felt like a tornado. It was funny because I was asking my neighbors, like, hey, you want to go on a boat ride or something? They're like, it's supposed to be pretty bad later. I'm like, you sure? All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, storm's coming in. I think it's like a thunderstorm. And we have like an overhang in front of our house. Sometimes when it's raining, I'll just sit on the porch and kind of watch the storm like a true old man. I literally I crack a beer and I'm like, I'm going to go watch the storm. And I was like, okay. And as I crack the beer, I hear whap. Like it sounded like something came through the house. Like went into full panic, went to like grab my son out of his bed. Like, oh my God, the house is like, it definitely sounded like a limb went ripping through my house.
It's God's way of saying maybe you should think about water. Maybe a juice one of these days, a little cleansing and all. Yeah. Don't sour your body with the devil's drink.
The devil's drink. I was gonna have a nice beer on my porch swing, watch the storm come in. So
that's what the devil do. If you're a bad person and you go to hell, that's your eternity. You're just sitting on a porch with beers, watching storms in hell.
That doesn't sound that bad.
Well, I mean, they don't have good HR or any kind of marketing down there. People don't know hey, ain't that terrible down here and all.
I'm just amazed you know so much about heaven and hell. It's truly amazing.
Listen, you never know. Hell, one of these years might trade up, saying it'll be worth giving up a few draft picks to bring Berklee down here and watch some storms with Satan himself.
buddy, you got like 9 dead bodies under your belt. You already know where you're going. I know you joked that you're the first draft pick in heaven.
Listen, you're the one on ESPN that's trying to convince people and all, Mendoza doesn't need to be picked number 1. He has flaws and stuff like that, but we all know what's going to happen. And it's only a question if they, say, okay, we'll give you the next 10 first round picks so we can grab Berklee.
So you're saying I'm like the Stephen A. Smith of this. I'm just making controversial headlines just to get people to talk.
You got to fill up time before the afterlife draft.
Right.
You're just like, you're just making stuff up and all just to be controversial and all get those headlines and all where you're on a website and it's like, you won't believe what Scott Brennan thought about the afterlife draft. And you click on it, and then you have to go down 3 hours before you see the actual quote.
I mean, as growing up in an Irish Catholic family, hell always sounded a little bit worse than sitting on the porch having a beer and watching a storm. That doesn't seem.
What church did you go to?
It doesn't seem like brimstone and hell. Like it seems kind of relaxing, actually.
Brimstone storms, yeah.
Brimstone storms. That's what you just tried to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think I technically got it. I mean,
I heard brimstone.
Yeah, if you go to the replay, I'm pretty sure, like after further review, I got the words out.
That's a great bit.
Throw the challenge flag.
If we ever had this show like live with the studio, there'd be a challenge flag and a quick replay of the word that you just said.
Oh man, I use all my challenges again. I'm only 1 sentence into the show.
Apparently, you said the word tribune 2 weeks ago. It seems to be a hit with some
very popular. I've heard it from 2 listeners, which means the entire audience.
I was going to say that's it's basically half the audience right there. So storm rips in, power goes out immediately, and I go outside to see this limb, and it's a pretty significant limb that fell on my house. Like I couldn't tell if there was roof damage or whatnot, but so I didn't have power all the way till the next day, probably around 1 o'clock, noon. Power came on, and I'm out there on the roof, like trying to push this limb off so I can get it down and start chainsawing it. And of course,
wait a minute, what? Like, talk through the process of getting on your roof and kicking a limb out of curiosity. Did you have to think about it for a couple minutes? Were you such a manly man where you handed off your beer to your lovely wife and said, I'll be right back, I'm going to kick that limb down?
One, I'm not just always traveling with a beer. This wasn't like 8 o'clock in the morning.
I beg to differ, but I'll throw a challenge flag for that one too.
I did not wake up at 8 a.m. and go check the limb out and get a couple beers in me to get going.
Why not? It's the weekend. You're not going to work that day. I mean, why are you going to hold back?
I'm also not saying this like that. I'm above that either. That actually sounds like a great way to start a Sunday morning. But the whole kids thing, it's a little tough. Anyway, no, like I don't think this story is going to how I mentally prepared. I basically went and grabbed my ladder, got onto the roof, and then like carefully went over by the roof and tried to like get this thing off instead of having to bring a chainsaw up to the top of the roof. That didn't seem like a great idea.
That'd been awesome.
So,
couple beers, chainsaw on the roof, man. That's a Sunday. See, that's why I don't have to go to church and all, because when cool stuff like that happens and all, I don't want to be delayed because I'm listening to God's word.
I mean, you had a very different God than I had growing up, but yours sounds a lot more fun.
When I join his system and when the number 1 pick when I go up there. Keep that in mind.
I mean, your God, I will admit, sounds a lot more fun than my God did. Mine was always like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you got to confess.
No, man. No, we tight, man. We fist pump every Sunday. And we like, this is the Lord's day. Let's do this.
I'm going to be honest. Your God kind of just sounds like a hick in the South that drinks beer and like does yard work. But
I mean, he raised the son to change water to wine, man. So, he taught the kid correctly. I mean, what's on Sundays? God's day. Football and NASCAR. What's better than that, man?
Well, anyway, like we were supposed to record, and then power came on for about an hour and a half or so, and power went back out. And it was just not a good. I didn't trust that I was going to have internet. Plus, Mike, I woke up at 8 a.m. and had all those beers. How could I podcast after that?
You never know when you got to get a chainsaw and get to the roof.
Yeah. That was interesting. But I had another interesting thing that I actually talked about it with you off air, and I said, why save this for off air? Let's bring it on to the air here. Had a little situation with a show I was running, and I'm going to keep all names, code names here. So
D Max.
Yeah. I worked with this comic a couple times. Nice guy. I've booked him a few times. Thought he was funny. And I put together a show. And I get a random message on my buddy texts me, another buddy who was on the show. Text me, he's like, I got this message. He said, let's give him a name. Let's call him Joshua. Richard. Joshua? You like Joshua?
Joshua Richard Smith III. Gotcha.
Okay. JR.
I want the full name when you tell the story.
We'll call him JR. Joshua Richard.
All right. This is a cool dude.
So he gets a text that says, oh, like, I see you're at this show. Don't take any drinks from JR. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Then there's a picture of like a flyer stapled to a telephone pole with like a thing that says, don't take drinks from this guy. And it was like his name, and it was like a picture of 2 pictures of him that someone, I'm like, what the hell does this mean? And the comic says to me, he's like, I don't know. I never worked with him, but apparently he's known for, or there's rumors that he like drugged or tries to put things in like women's drinks. I'm like, oh boy, like what? So my first thought is no way. Like,
what is it, like heart pressure or maybe some vitamins or maybe
can we go back
with their flow?
Can we go review that for a second? Did you just say heart pressure?
No, I'm gonna take the penalty. I'll go 15 yards on Mac first down.
Heart pressure, 15 yards. Team Brennan. Now you got
sometimes when you lost and you just move on.
This is where maybe we do need a producer just for this exact reason,
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, and then like more texts start coming in, and then there's apparently like a story from like 2018 or something where this guy got accused of like sexual assault or something, but he got off in court, and like they're like, yeah, that's why he's moved around randomly, and like so my first thought is I have no idea what to do with this information. Like I have this show. Do I just ignore it and keep the guy on and just kind of be like, all right, I'll never book him again after that? But then I could actually sense a little bit of like uncomfortableness from the other comics who are on the show in our text thread. And I was like, I guess I have to bite the bullet and do something. Now, I'm curious, like, what would your first reaction be? Like, you hear this, like, are you immediately thinking I got to address this? Are you going, oh crap? Like, I didn't know what to think at first.
I mean, if I'm running a show and it's my name out there, I think, yeah, you'd have to do something. I mean, I've been around comedy music enough to know after like me, it seems like 3 out of 10 that you meet that you think are nice, you magically realize, oh, well, I didn't hear the full story, and now here's the full story. Let me just take a couple steps away from you and move on with my career.
Well, funny you say that, because I reached out to one of my favorite comedians that's always been so nice to me. He's been on the show before. And because I know he's worked with him before, and I said, hey buddy, like whenever you get a chance, can you give me a call? Like I gotta talk to you about something. And I ran it by him, and he said, oh, I heard some like a weird rumbling from somebody once. And I'm like, I showed him like the text messages and stuff. I was like, what do I do here? And he's like, oh God, he's like, I'm working with this guy in like a month or a couple shows, like on a run. And he's like, so, but then there's the other part of me, right? Like, what if this is like the old high school rumor mill and like this guy, because let's face it, we've seen many men set up before in court after a bad, like, what if he was innocent and like this is rumors that started from that? Like, I don't want to be the guy that's just like, I don't know, spreading false narratives, you know? So he kind of said, the plan I came up with was I'm just going to tell him the show is canceled. And then any post about it, I'll just block him on social media. Like that was kind of the plan. And that's what I did at first. And he was like, oh, what? I'm like, oh yeah, no ticket sales. I'll hit you up when they reschedule, you know?
Yeah.
Lucky for me. Now, let me also say that this guy is a very big dude. Now, I'm a big guy. He's probably got like 3 inches on me. He's huge, like big jack guy. Worked as a bouncer. And one of the texts was that, like he got fired from his bouncing job because he apparently was claimed to like pull up on girls and stuff like that. I'm like, oh boy.
So he went to a new level. And I mean, first it's like, well, let me just use my brute strength. And probably like his manager's like, you can't be doing this. That doesn't look right. And he went home and he started thinking, and he probably looked up like chemistry websites, and he's like, oh, there's an easier way to do this.
Yeah, so I just felt completely awkward about it. I did address it because, like you said, it is your name, and I don't want to be like, oh, that's Scott's boy. He's used him on like 3 shows, you know. And luckily, in the end, and then of course, like the text thread is just us making fun of this dude for like the next 4 days. Like everything we mentioned, like we're like, oh man, how am I going to tell him that I don't want him to be the godfather of my children anymore? Like, you know. But luckily for me, in some ways, I did actually end up having to cancel the show because there was no ticket sale, and the guy's having a little bit of a landlord issue. So he said it'd probably be better off to reschedule. So I did avoid any actual conflict, but I don't know, man. It's a weird. I even talked to that comic on the phone. I said, this is exactly why I have used the same 10 to 15 max people for 10 years. Anytime I run a show, it's let me pick from. Oh, I got Jackie, Mike, Margo. Let's shuffle up the deck and put on a lineup together. You know? Yeah,
I mean, you just you got a good run going. People love you. And then it's like, I have a complaint about the Captain Quaalude comedian that came out. Seems to me like I went to sleep and I woke up with some pains in certain areas I didn't think should have pains. And I don't think I'll be going back to that comedy show. 1 out of 5.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the truth is. I guess I'm not going to be around to find out the truth because I'm clearly not going to use this guy anymore. But
I mean, it's not a surprise, though. I mean, I guess we'll leave names out, but somebody who was on the podcast before, who was known as a nutty comedian, known to steal gigs from certain people, possibly somebody on the podcast right here. Yeah. When they passed away, the rumors were, as they were going to do tributes to said comedian, she had, I think it was warrants, was it? And
something like that.
Skipped town or something to that effect. Yeah, like they faked their death because they were massively in debt and left town. So, I mean, saying somebody drugged somebody, you know, it's like, well, is there more to the story? You know, I've heard way better stories than that one right there. Yeah. Well,
why don't we get into a quick one about a former comic we used to work with? We could leave his name
Who could
out.
you be going to, Scott?
I don't know. Have we ever told this whole story on the podcast? What he did to our friend?
I mean, he's got so many stories that.
So let's jump into this here for a second before we get to our guests. We worked with this comic for a while. That's how me and Berklee met. And this guy was a quote unquote headliner, local headliner. And the problem, like we were doing a radio show, and the problem was like the radio show. I'll give you the quick synopsis. Basically, anyone who could speak or help this guy out in any way gained some kind of part on the radio show. So what started as setting up 4 microphones and a computer turned into getting a 32 channel mixing board and mics and variety shows, and he wanted cameras that moved, and like the thing just fell apart. It was just completely lost track.
Insanity, and lied about the numbers. I kept on saying they love us, and it's like, who loves us? And no, they love us.
Yeah. So our one friend comic, he was just a guy that seemed to get taken advantage of a lot. And he was driving this dude all over the place and lending him money and whatnot. Now, this is where it gets let me give you a little profile too of this comic. There's rumors of him going back to high school, trying to enroll again. There is rumors of him like
having a daughter, and got divorced 6 months after the kid, and
there's like basically just a lot of seediness around this guy. He's just
constantly held on to his age, kept on saying he was younger than everybody on the cast.
Yeah. And he's been around forever. His credits for his comedy were he says he's on SNL. Nobody's ever found a credit for him on SNL.
No.
He got a lot of like work done on his face and this and what that. Like one time he was on a roast panel, and I watched people just destroy him about that. It was actually very satisfying. But I'll let you take the story from here on, kind of, because you were kind of involved in when this kind of went down.
Oh yeah, I was on the big trip where this all evolved. So going into a trip, the said comedian, he's like, "Hey, we're doing a road trip. We're going down to Virginia. I think it was Maryland, Virginia, the gigs for a 3-day weekend." And I'm like, "All right, I'm down. Try some stuff out in a new state and whatever."
And let me preface this. You're excited at this time. We're taking any gig we can get. We get $5 at a gig, we're happy about it. Like it's the very beginning. So you take anything, you're convinced that you're going to get time, and
absolutely
that's what it is.
Yeah. So going into said gig, I was supposed to go with him a week before to something. At the last minute, he contacted me, canceled. He's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling well. The gig's canceled and all whatever. And we'll probably still do the road trip or whatever." And in that time, he, the other comedian on the show contacted me, and he's like, "We got to give him a name. We'll say Robert is the comedian's name." He's like, "Robert called me. He left a message saying, 'I need your help. Please call me back. I'm petrified that he wants to move in with me.'" Because that was another seedy thing about him. He was like living in a woman's basement with 2 kids, not paying rent.
Using her credit card to just
using her
buy
credit card for the podcast.
Yeah.
Always that on again, off again. Are they doing it? Are they not doing it?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So this comedian's like, "I'm really worried that the girl kicked him out and he's going to want to live with me." And I told him, "Don't worry about it. Just take the call. Whatever happens, happens. You don't have to commit to anything." Day goes by, contact the friend. I'm like, how did you call him back? How'd it go? He said, "Yeah, everything went well. He didn't get kicked out, but I'm sworn not to talk about what he requested." Oh, okay, wonderful. No. So we go driving down to like deep end of Maryland, and this is a good 5-6 hour drive, and he's
more than a coffee, further than
the 3 coffee in one. And he's in the back the entire time, and he's just he's showing every sign that he ain't feeling this and all that. He's doing this gig or whatever, and we're like, "You okay?" Whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, I just need to walk something off. Maybe I'll take some laxatives or stuff like that, I think I'm fine or whatever. Get down there, do the first gig. He headlines. He's seems all right coming out. We go to the hotel. Entire night he's just like, and he's bloated. He won't go in. He's basically saying he can't go to the bathroom, basically. And then he goes, he does everything. Like I said, we gave him pills. He went downstairs on the treadmill to kind of walk things out. Nothing is happening. We realize in the morning we got to take him to the emergency room and all because he is looking dreadful. So we had to drop him off in the emergency room. We're waiting to make sure he gets checked in. The other comedian on the trip had a very good chuckle. He starts laughing his rear end off because Robert is checking himself into the hospital, giving details. And I'm like, well, what's so funny? And all he's like, oh, you didn't hear? I'm like, no. He's like, he's 51, Robert, and all. I mean, the guy was claiming he was younger than me, and I think I'm 35 at this time or something like that. So right off the bat, that's a little weird thing about him and all. But we had to leave him in the hospital. We take the second gig, and the lady he lives with comes down to see him in the hospital. So after our gig, we go to the hotel room, we wake up, we head back in the hospital to check him in before we leave for the third event and all. He's feeling better, I guess. I give him IVs and stuff like that. The girl is there, whatever. And we have to go with her back to the car to give over Robert's possessions. And we're in the parking lot, we're walking, and the other comedian by me, he's like, he got work done, didn't he? And she just starts laughing, she's like, yeah, he got a chin implant, and I forget if it was Botox or a lift on his eyes or something like that. He got pure plastic surgery. And even though she won't admit it, we all sat back and said he probably went to some back alley, disgusting kind of surgeon to get this done, because basically he got it done 2 weeks ago and he hasn't pooped in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So she reveals this to us. Now, meanwhile, he was claiming the entire time that his procedure was that he had liquid on his lungs that the insurance company refused to pay for. Mm-hmm. And that's why he had to get money from said comedian. So we take off, we do the third gig, we're driving back home.
He said he had to get money, so just so people follow, from the comedian I kind of brought up at the beginning that I said got taken advantage of, was driving, lending money. So that guy, that's
and he was very abusive to him. If we were driving, Robert would scream at him about anything, like on the road, you're going too fast, what are you doing? You took a wrong turn, like not even like ha laughing, like, dude, what is wrong with you? Stop screaming at him, kind of thing. So we get home and I call up said comedian and I said, you don't need to give me the answer, but I'm going to say something out loud as a guess on what happened. And I just laid out you thought it was this is what he actually got, and that's why he's stuck in a hospital in Maryland, Virginia right now, and he bamboozled you.
Now, is Maryland, Virginia a real place?
Maryland/Virginia. Like, I think it was 2 gigs, like, at deep South Maryland, and then, like, one, like, literally you take a step, you're in Virginia, you take a step back, you're back in Maryland kind of gig, so.
Gotcha.
But, after that, the comedian that got abused.
What exactly was it? Like, he had complications from the medicine he was on or something?
I don't know the official answer, but basically, as I've talked to certain nurses, like, anytime you have any kind of real surgery, they will not let you go until you go to the bathroom in front of them, because both your bowels and your prostate, anything like that, could freeze up after a procedure like that, and they got to confirm you can relieve yourself, you can take a number 2, and so forth. So that's why a lot of people figured he went to some backwoods doctor to get this procedure done. I think he came back about a week later. Said comedian was furious and was shouting, he was going to sue him and all that. I think eventually they came to a deal where he got paid back for the money. And then he acted weird with the rest of us, basically knowing that we all knew said story.
Yeah.
So there was a quote unquote sketch show that we're all going to do. And it was going to be like our big thing. It was our second sketch show. If I recall, like mine didn't have any volume on it when I recorded my thing, and it was just terrible. And it was a weird spot for me. Like at first I'm like, oh, this is effed up, but he's done so much for me. I'll give him a chance, let him explain himself, whatever. But even before said sketch show, when I was supposed to do something, I'm like, I feel dirty.
Yeah.
And I basically said that I didn't say anything, and I missed when I was supposed to record. And then I got contacted by another comedian who was like, send it up for all of us. And he's like, well, since you didn't show up, we gave it, I think they gave it to you. Didn't they give the sketch to you because you showed up? You had a wig on, and
it was like a Benedict Arnold thing.
Benedict Arnold, yeah. So you showed up. You weren't part of the initial story, so you did. And they're like, oh, Scott did it, so you could just do your stand-up or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I did that before in the last show. You didn't do anything really. That was like the running joke on that show. I was there the earliest, I was there the latest, but every time it was time to say something on the mic, nobody came to me. So I just politely declined, and that's pretty much when my relationship with him ended.
Yeah, and this was thousands of dollars this guy took, thousands of dollars.
This wasn't like, give me $20. This was significant from a savings account.
And he told him he needed it for some lung surgery, which is the worst part of it all. Like he didn't even,
liquid on the lungs, which nobody could if you're going to lie about what you got, at least have a name for it. Don't just have a generic, water is on your lungs. How does that happen? Isn't that drowning?
Yeah. And just to cap it off, this guy, there's been some questions about whether he has cancer, and then now suddenly he has brand new teeth because the cancer rotted his teeth away, quote unquote, and now he's got brand new chompers, and the boy looks pretty healthy.
Yeah, his mom passed away from what was reported as stage 4 cancer. Another shady thing we always kind of looked at, he was going to do a benefit for his mom, and magically that money just went away, kind of things that never happened. But yeah, he just, after she passed away, maybe I would say 3 months later, he claimed, oh, I got the stage 4 as well. And he's been having it for, what's it been, over a decade now?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I have an ex who's down here in Georgia. She's going through stuff with stage 4. She looks bad. I mean, she's fighting through it, and we wish you luck, Lisa. But at the same time, it's I look at her, I look at him.
Yeah,
there's a bit of a difference we got right here.
Yeah. So the point of this is why you got to keep your circle really tight. There's some scummy, but there's also some really awesome people
like me.
So, well, yeah, there's some awesome people out there. Let's get to our guest here. She is one of the best guitar players in the world as far as metal and riffing and whatnot. I mean, she's been on stage with Steve Vai. She's worked with the band Dethklok. She's worked with Danny Elfman. She does Cirque du Soleil's guitar playing. So she is coming on the show, and her name is Nili Brosh. So let's get Nili on the line.
Do it.
Hello.
Hey, Nili, how are
you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Doing all right.
Where are we calling you from? I tried to follow your tour and all the things you're doing. It's kind of hard to figure out where you are in the world right now.
I am in Waukee, Iowa.
Iowa. Okay. All right.
that red dot like a laser that can shoot anybody or something? I know.
It's
other side.
It's sunlight. I can try to pull down that shade as well if that's.
No, I see like a red dot to your other side. That's why I'm like, what's going on?
That's a TV.
Oh, nice.
Mike, this is called sunlight and a television.
What do they do?
Danny, thanks for giving us a few minutes here. Really appreciate it. I guess my first question for you is, not only yourself, but you've made music and worked with like virtuosos, like people the best in their game. I'm curious, like, do you think people are born with a certain level, like to get where you guys are, or do you think it is capable just through hard work and practice? Because I feel like there's a certain guitar level that people reach, and it's not people are not able to get that. Most people.
I don't know. I think my guess is as good as anybody else's. Yeah. It's probably some sort of a combination of the two. I don't know exactly how much of what you might need to have. I do know that hard work definitely counts for a lot.
Sure.
There's so many different kinds of talents. It's a talent to know what to work
what
on.
Your talent
it's a talent
is.
to have a work ethic. It's a talent to know how to manage your time, so maybe it's not always as much as like what we perceive as the talent to get better at something, as much as like other skill sets that can take you further. I think it's such a case by case basis, and no one can answer that question really, I guess.
Yeah. I just got to get your take. Like, were you born into a big musical family? Like, did you start this really early on?
Kind of. I'm definitely a part of a music loving family, and my older brother Ethan plays guitar and has since I was a small kid. But it's a family that appreciates art and music very much. But I think in my case, it was pretty clear to those around me that I loved music and had some sort of aptitude for it. And I was always humming and singing and stuff like that. And I think it was just kind of clear that it was a part of me. But as most kids do, I never really practiced until I got into my teenage years anyway. So I had a lot of background and I had a lot of lessons and stuff, but I wasn't really serious about it until high school.
And when you got to that point, was it like, okay, my legs got to be this far apart, my hips got to be here, or were you just let me try something and just grab it and start shredding on your own?
I think it was a combination, because again, I was always taking lessons and, getting a lot of information and stuff, but I think it was really the true inspiration of wanting to start figuring out stuff by ear, wanting to learn my favorite records and play my favorite music. Like that drive is something that no teacher can spark in you, but you have to really want to put in the work to do that. So that was the big spark in me that kind of got me starting to obsess about it.
Who are your big guitar influences? Like, I hear a lot of different people in your sound, but I'm curious who were you really looking at when you were inspired by?
Nuno Betancourt, Andy Timmons, Greg Howe, Guthrie, Govan. Those are a lot of my like early influences.
Now, have you got to work with any of them?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For beginning guitarists, explain to them, how do you shoot fire from your guitar properly?
Which note? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, this is my first lesson. I want to make sure I do everything right with the guitar and set fire.
Well, luckily for all beginner guitar players everywhere, it has absolutely nothing to do with playing guitar, as you may have guessed. But no, luckily, most of that is done by a team that's remote. My one responsibility is to stand in a certain place and aim.
Yeah.
So, and that's as much as I care to be responsible for, to be honest with you.
See, the good thing is, like, you did this for a Michael Jackson show. So if you hit Michael Jackson, it's just like, oh yeah, we're redoing the Pepsi commercial.
I've heard that once or twice before.
So, like, you were involved in a lot of projects, which we'll get to in a second. But I'm curious, like, I look at your schedule, very busy with your solo stuff, your own like, how do you find that balance between doing, whether it's shows, whether it's the Danny Elfman stuff, whether it's your band, joining other, like, how do you balance that through the year? And I'm sure you get in the studio at certain points too to record. Like, it's a tough balance, I'd imagine.
It is. Like no 2 years are the same.
Yeah.
We definitely have had scheduling conflicts. We definitely run into stuff like that. And it's not always within my control, like how much I'll be on the road or, so it's kind of, it leaves me the room to figure out where to put my stuff in and hopefully do it in a place where I'm not burning myself out, So I just kind of try to use, you usually know about stuff in advance, but not always, and I kind of try to just take my best educated guesses as to what the rest of the year looks like and kind of like fill in where I think it's smart and not going to kill me, and then kind of hope for the best. And again, it's not always within my control, and you just kind of have to roll with it. Like last year was I had more time at home. This year is crazy again. So it's just kind of like you hope that it all evens out in the end.
Now, you've done solo projects. You've done various different projects, Danny Elfman, and working on the Marvel X-Men theme. I'm kind of curious, is there a difference in how you tackle your own projects from when you come into a new project of somebody else's?
I mean, only in the sense that I really only have to answer to myself when it's my thing, and I'm the only one who decides what needs to be changed or, what to give myself a note on. But, I guess I kind of like use the same musical approach or same sense of perfectionism going into whatever it is that I'm doing. And it's just somebody else's project. It means that it's feedback and notes from somebody else and kind of adjusting accordingly.
Yeah. I prefer my own feedback too, by the way. So.
I don't know that I do. I don't know that I prefer it. I
give myself straight A's every time. He does.
No, I'm the opposite. I always make the joke that my boss is like really mean to me. I don't know why she's so mean to me.
Now with your playing style, do you how do you keep, what's your goal as far as when you push into different genres? Because every time I think we've heard everything in metal, something else comes out that I'm kind of blown away by. But when you go into different styles, or do you have a hard time simplifying things? Do you have a hard time going into different styles? Do your instincts just automatically kick in, or do you feel like you got everything covered?
I mean, it depends on kind of what I'm dabbling with. Usually the other genres I don't really have a large background in, but I try to use all my educated guesses, let's say, to make it sound as authentic as possible without really being any sort of expert in other genres. But again, I lead with that direction of okay, how can I make this sound as close as I can, not be cheesy or contrived, but really kind of try to sound authentically in the direction that I'm going in. And whether it gets there is other people's, it's other people's opinions, but I just kind of go with it.
Now, I was a big fan of Metalopolis. Watch the cartoon all the time and you perform as Dethklok. Kind of talk about the process of when they brought you in and kind of get a sense of how do you go into these, who establishes this is what the music was, this is how we're going to do it, and can you bring your own stuff to it?
Mm. So I joined the band in 2019, and Brendan Small, who's the creator of Metalocalypse and wrote wrote the show, wrote the music, all the music that you hear, played on all the records, plays guitars, sings. It's his band and his project, and I kind of try to do my best to, again, make it sound authentically Dethklok. And there is some freedom in I think kind of bringing my own articulations and my own voice to it. But I always treat those kind of bands as like, I don't want to say sound alike project, but I want it to sound like the band's supposed to sound. Right. So I try to kind of not force my own voice into it, but just bring my best voice into what I think is going to make it sound good.
Now, when you say the band, are you talking about the physical band or the cartoon band you try to emphasize more?
I think it's all the same thing. Yeah. We are the cartoon band, Yeah, we are the pit orchestra for the animation.
Yeah. Were you a fan of the original X-Men cartoon? And also that theme song, maybe one of the top 3 theme songs for a cartoon. What was it like trying to reimagine that?
Well, again, that was luckily for me, that was like a pretty straightforward thing that I had to do, because it was all kind of mocked up for me, and they just kind of asked me to do it a couple of different ways at the Newton Brothers, the composers of the score. They had me do one pass where I kind of played the whole thing kind of straight and verbatim, and then they had me do another pass where they were like, well, how would you articulate this part of the melody or that, and then they kind of took a blend of it. So for me, I mean, again, those, it's an iconic theme song, but it didn't have a lot of question marks or anything open-ended about it. So at least it makes it easier, like there's not a lot of room for, like, there's room for interpretation, but it's not like so open-ended that you have to come up with something. It's just kind of playing the thing.
Now talk about Danny Elfman. Like, why were you screening your calls? Why does Danny Elfman got to leave you a voicemail and come back to him and all? It kind of go through that process right there.
I mean, that's not exactly how it happened. It was more that I just, I got a call from a number I didn't know, and that's usually spam, so I let that go to voicemail. But I was just very surprised that they were calling from his studio, and it wouldn't have really made a difference if I'd answered that call straight out anyway. But yeah, that led to an audition process, and that led to lots of us working together on records and live show.
What is that like for our audience and whoever? Like, what is that guy's brain like to work with? Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall just to watch you guys and watch him create. I'm curious what it's like working with him.
It's great. He's very clear about what he wants. He's very good communicating, so if he has an idea for how something's supposed to sound, or even if he doesn't, he kind of conjures up the idea and communicates it to you kind of via playing guitar, which is great, because that's something that's natural to me. That makes it very easy, because it's a lot easier if somebody is, again, very clear about what they need from you.
Yeah.
Now you have a signature guitar that just came out. I'm kind of curious, when you're offered this kind of thing, like, what kind of input do you have on what you want your guitar to be? Is it just they say, we want to put your name on it, or you're like, it's got to have this, it's got to have that, this is what speaks to me?
It's more the latter. I mean, the idea is for you to create what your guitar would be. Otherwise, I think it just kind of like defeats the purpose of putting your name on a signature model that you.
Well, I'd be very welcome to just put my name on any guitar. I don't care.
It's supposed to be your creation. you know. So it's more falls onto the not limitations, but kind of like the gamut of like, if you want X, Y, or Z, that's going to put it in this sort of price range. Are you then accepting selling a guitar in that price range to people? Or do you want it to be, you know, if you want it to be a lower price range, then that's going to be, you know, these choices or whatever. It's like, is this factory is able to do this and this factory is able to do that? And all those things affect the price point and what goes into the guitar. So it's more of just like what they're capable of doing and where that's going to, you know, put the price point and affect what you're selling to people. So it's really more a conversation of that.
When you go from like experience in playing in bands and playing live and there's so much freedom in that, and then you go to something like Cirque du Soleil where I feel like every step and beat has to be planned out in people's space and whatnot, is that a hard transition for you, or did you actually like learn a lot by being part of a production like that?
For me, it's fine. You know, I don't really mind it. You know, I kind of like the clarity and the you know, if there's a set goal, there's a set plan. You know, it's not always great not using your own gear, and that's kind of take it or leave it, you know, but the whole infrastructure is put together for it to work out for you, you know. So and you know, if you work together as a team and you make it happen. So for me, it's helpful.
Yeah. What's it like being around those amazing athletes like all the time? Like, what are they warming up like in the back? Like, would that blow our minds just seeing how they get ready to perform?
I don't know if it would be the warm up per se, but it's just them as like, you know, walking around like they're normal is the thing that gets me. I'm like, you know, because some of these people are you know, Olympic medalists and stuff like that, and they're just walking around like they're normal, you know. So for me, it's always like, one of these things is not like the others, but you guys are so sweet to humor me, you know.
Well, speaking, I've seen in like in your Instagram, I've seen you in like crazy outfits, punk mohawks, face paints. Is that something you get like really excited to do, or are you kind of a person that was almost like, hey, can I just go out there in sweatpants and just do my thing?
I don't know. It's somewhere in the middle, you know, like, I definitely don't feel like I personally would need to do all that stuff for myself.
Yeah.
But if it's part of the gig, it's part of the gig, and that's part of that gig. And, you know, I kind of take that for what it is. It keeps things interesting because everything that I do is a little bit different. So if that's the gig that has a little bit more of that, you know, so be it. Like, that's that one and that's that day. And then I go off on tour and I do something else and keeps it fresh.
So for your fans or people that are like discovering you now, you have Eventide, which I believe came out in March. Can you what can you tell people about this album? How, like, will they find the things they familiar with you, and then I know you went a lot of different routes with this, and can you kind of explain what people could expect from the album as far as your fans or maybe new fans?
Sure. So Eventide is my fourth album. It's my music has been all instrumental, and it's, to me, it's kind of like a continuation of more or less where I left off of my last record, where I always dabble with different genres, you know, but or I think I'm perhaps, you know, the people that have listened to my stuff know me to do that, but the stuff that I do kind of play around with in terms of genre is different from record to record. So it's similar in the sense that there's a lot of diversity on it, but the diversity itself is like new areas. You know? So there's a lot of synthwave going on. There's some Middle Eastern stuff. There, you know, there's more like straight ahead rock on it and all kinds of things. So I like to think that with that, everyone will find something that resonates with them in it. And there's a lot of melody and hooks, and that's kind of my big focus always. So
do you love the studio, or are you more of a I gotta get this in the can so I could get back out and play live?
I kind of both.
Yeah.
You know, it's all like different parts of the thing. You know, I do love playing live, but it's nice to like be able to record something and kind of shape it to what you want it to be, and not always have it be a one take deal like every live performance is.
Yeah. And I was checking it out. I loved the Lavender Mountains. That was probably my favorite from the album. It's very good. When you're not performing, going out, are you one of those like, I gotta get away from music, I gotta like go on vacation or do some art, or are you still just like walking around with your guitar strumming and thinking of stuff?
I usually am more of the get away from it a little bit people. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to be like hearing stuff in my head or getting ideas or, you know, loving music or anything like that, or listening. But yeah, I definitely feel like I need a contrast from it.
Yeah. I'm always curious with someone with your ability, like what's your approach to like sifting through writer's block? Because your stuff is so technical, and I feel like you're always got to come up with something different, always got to, you know, maybe push into a like how do you deal with writer's block?
You know, luckily I'm not on any sort of schedule to put stuff out, you know, and I'm not tethered to a record company that I have to finish an album by a certain time, you know. So if it is something that I'm struggling with, I'm not, you know, I'm not obligated to put something out. And I think that's a gift, because I wouldn't want to push something that I'm not getting behind. But I kind of try not to worry about it, you know, because most of the music that I write comes from me hearing something in my head and recording voice memos. I'm singing a melody into my phone and stuff. And so whenever that happens, I kind of just try to get it captured so that I don't forget it. And then there's always a growing list in my voice memos for me to come back to and take, you know, polish it from. So that kind of takes care of, you know, if I'm blocked, I usually have a lot of stuff to already sift through.
Yeah. How many of those voice memos you wake up sometimes and check a week later and have no clue what you were singing to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, that happens too, you know, but I try, but that's, you know, that's why I try to jot it down when it's fresh and when it's clear, and to some sort of like, you know, I try to have a good sense of time about it and clear about like what it is in case I listen to it and it doesn't make sense later.
Because I've left a lot of drunk voicemails before, so I you know, and I've heard them.
I saw you do the national anthem for the Golden Knights a few years back. Out of curiosity, when you get that opportunity, are you immediately in your head like, man, I got to bring Jimi Hendrix to this, I got to bring my own flair? Or are you sitting back going, I bet these people just want to get to hockey, let me just get to the point?
I mean, I was kind of feeling like I probably shouldn't touch the Jimi Hendrix stuff and kind of try to do something different. I just, you know, I trying to honor the anthem is kind of like, that was the question, is like, how do I honor this and not butcher it? But I do feel like people do probably want to just get to hockey, you know. So I just tried to do my best with it, like everything else, and not butcher it. Yeah.
So Nili, this has been great. Thank you for giving us a few minutes here. You got the signature guitar, you got the new album out. One, where can people go and kind of check out where's the best place to follow all things you? And two, we know about those projects, but what else is kind of on the horizon here for you?
So, you know, you can get the album, you can stream it anywhere that you stream your music, or you can get it on my online store, which is through my website. You can just go to nilibrosh.com, NILIBROSH, and that'll lead you everywhere else. I'm on all the social media and all that stuff, so I think my stuff's pretty easy to find. And as far as like upcoming stuff, you know, this Dethklok tour is really just starting, so that's going to be going on until the end of May, and I'm going to have more touring with my various projects coming up this year. and next, and
Yep.
that's as far as I know.
Yeah, all right.
I'm really trying not to get ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Final question for me. Now that you're on the Dethklok tour, will you be going to any aquariums due to the Deathwater album that is meant only for fish?
You never know. You never know that it might be time for that.
I can't. No, it's only for fish. If I hear it, I'm gonna go nuts. So,
If what's real quick? What's your favorite X-Men?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Oh, come on. No, not one? Yeah.
Jean Grey, maybe?
Okay. All right. I'm more of a Gambit kind of guy, but Nili, thank you so much for coming on the show. Good luck with the album. Good luck with the tour, and we're looking forward to see what you got coming up next.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nili Brosh, Mike, what do you think if you got into Cirque du Soleil and you had to try to get a position in the show? What do you think you could do?
well, you know that person that like there's like a wheel,
Okay.
and then it's like on a crane, and it circles around, and you just keep walking on it. I mean, I walk, but I think I can walk on that.
You think you could do that thing where they walk and they're spinning like
it's like a
180
treadmill. I mean, you just got to keep up with the speed. I feel my balance would make the act look amazing, and all. Maybe I'll throw in a juggle here or two.
You're gonna juggle. You're gonna juggle.
I said
in the
I
thing. Yep. Okay.
It's like depends on the mood. Like if I'm walking on the circle as it's flying through like 20 feet in the air, and I'm not feeling the audience, I'll be like, don't give me those bowling pins. I'm not doing it tonight.
Now, Mike, let me ask you: can you juggle normally? Like you can juggle right now?
I can't juggle normally, but I could only assume with the adrenaline of my walking in the crowd, chanting my name and stuff. By rule, just the muscles will take over, and it will recognize how to catch while I'm walking on the wheel that's going 20 feet in the air.
It's amazing that you could learn all those skills. I question your ability to walk on flat land, never mind a thing that is spinning 180
Yeah,
degrees.
well, those are two different things. So, I mean, it's fine. It's like racing. Some people can drive on ovals. Some people are better on road courses. And also, I just feel this is my Cirque du Soleil road course, if you will.
Now, I know we get random listens from throughout the world. If there's anybody out there that has one of these devices from the circus, the walking wheel, can we please reach out to you and set up a time for Mike to go try it? His juggling act that he's also going to do and stay alive somehow.
If I feel it. Like I said, I need the vibe of the audience and all. If I'm doing this and you're all low key, man, I ain't bringing the extra, man. You want the special sauce, you got to request it.
Nili Brosh, everybody. Now, Mike, you've been telling me nonstop how bad that you want to start shredding guitar.
I don't recall those, but I have a bad memory. But go ahead. Yeah.
What do you mean? You keep saying like, dude, I'm going through a lot. I think my way out of this is to become the next Georgian guitarist that stands out.
I mean, I shred chicken, so guitars must just be like the next step.
Yeah. Well, providing that you could get into that cage and juggle, I feel like you'd pick up the guitar just as quickly.
I mean, it would make sense. I would have to be on the circle to learn guitar. No, I mean that will give me the motivation,
Well, you've been telling me all this time how much you want to get in the guitar. So, Mike, I actually got you a guitar.
Ooh!
I got it custom made. I'm going to send you the guitar that I got for you.
Okay.
I mean, look at this thing. Please describe to the audience what you're seeing there.
Well, first of all, let's share the file. Okay, got it. Does it open? I think I got it downloaded. The hell?
Yeah, download. I just tried to send it through Zoom.
Yeah, I see it, but like to expand it, it looks like I have to download it, and now I will. Okay. So
this thing is. I customized it to you.
Yeah. So we're in a bar. It's like an old school bar with some Jim Beam in the background, and this guitar on the top left has the General Lee with the Confederate flags. It's more about the General Lee, not the Confederate flags. On the right-hand side, there's 3 dogs by an American flag and a star. That's beautiful. Then on the bottom is both the Washington Commanders with dogs. So there's Terry McLaurin with 2 dogs, and I think that's Deron Payne with a couple dogs, and the Washington Commanders at the top of the axe.
Yeah, it's a nice Washington Commanders red. If you look at the knobs, Mike, they're even Commanders themed. There's a bulldog hanging out there. It says General Lee on the pick a guard.
Got the 01 up there. Okay.
It is a serious axe.
That's a sick axe. Yeah. You can't play like simple music with that. You have to shred with that thing.
So you're saying you would like that guitar, right?
I would enjoy it very much so. Yes.
Okay. Well, Mike, there's a little catch. In order for me to get you this guitar, you're going to have to earn it a little bit. I can't just spend all this money on this custom guitar unless I think you're ready.
I thought I naturally earned it after 13 years on this podcast, and I'll be
you should be giving me guitars.
When I say heart pressure, damn it, that's another guitar.
Burlew, it's December 31st. I would like to see my guitar for the year. So, Mike, we're going to play a little game. Okay, we're going to play a little game here. Now, maybe the peak moment in this podcast, game-wise, may have been the infamous Is It Blind or Is It Melon, where we had Christopher Thorne of Blind Melon on, and you had to determine if a term was a fruit or a melon, or it was a degenerative eye disease.
That's correct. And I think we just had the 1-year anniversary of that interview.
We did, which is a great interview. I think it was 5/15 or something like that. So, Mike, today you're going in honor of Nili. Okay, we're going to play a little game called Axe or Ailment. Axe or Ailment, Mike. In this game, you must figure out whether this term is a guitar or a disease, Mike. A guitar or a disease. Mike, we're going to see how this goes. Maybe I need a theme song here or something, Axe or Ailment, but that won't happen because I got to put this episode out.
Yeah, because Dominic got on the bus today and he's like, no new episode. Yeah,
and then we put out one on Friday. He's like, this counts as next week's. You can't win with this guy.
No.
So, Mike, all I'm asking you to do is you just got to go above 500 to earn that guitar. Okay.
All right.
Also, you should have seen the fun I was having with AI in Photoshop today. Just like add more dogs. Add more. We'll put the guitar up on our Instagram so people can see that. All right, Mike, are you ready? Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. The first term here, okay, the first word is Dupuytren. Dupuytren. Mike, is that an axe or an ailment?
I'm going to say ailment.
Mike, you're on the board. Dupuytren is a disease, a condition where one or more fingers become permanently bent in a flexed position. Okay. Mike, kind of like when you do the droopy threes, you may have Dupuytren, Mike.
Oh, man. Look at that Dupuytren go.
Dupuytren. Okay, Mike, you are 1 for 1. You have 1 correct. How about Duesenberg?
I'm going to say axe.
Mike, 2 for 2. Axe on the board. A Duesenberg is a high-end German guitar brand famous for its gorgeous Art Deco designs, played by artists like Mike Campbell and Ronnie Wood. Mike, they play a Duesenberg.
And soon Mike Burlew. Damn right.
All right. Here we go, Mike. Malignani.
That sounds like an Italian axe.
Mike, it doesn't sound like an Italian axe. Chop, chop. Correct. Malignani is a boutique custom guitar builder known for sleek, modern designs. Mike, how you feeling? First 3 out the gate.
Oh, man. This is way easier than blindness and melons. I mean, that I struggled like hell with that game and all, but this one, the acts and ailments, the sound on leak.
You've been in a rut. This might be the game that gets you back into the winner's circle. It's been a little while for you, and I've been on a hot streak. So maybe this is where the tides start to turn. I don't know. All right, Mike. How about a little bit more acts or ailment here?
Okay.
All right, Mike. How about Kiesel? Kiesel.
I'm gonna say axe.
Mike, you are red hot right now. It is formerly part of Carvin, which is actually I have an amp, Carvin amp. Kiesel's a massive name in custom-built modern electric guitars, Mike. 4 for 4. It's
Seemed
going
like
to take a lot.
Too short of a name for an ailment, you know? Like when it's like you're dying of something, they're usually like 4 syllables in there or something, you know. You can't just die of Kiesel.
Okay. How about a Sir? A Sir spelled S-U-H-R, Mike. Sir.
I'm going to go ailment.
Mike, you are finally on the other side. You got one wrong here, Mike. Sir, pronounced Sir, they make incredibly high-end boutique variations of classic Stratocasters and Telecasters.
I literally said it's too short for an ailment, and then look what I did.
Look what you gotta go.
I got too cocky.
You got too cocky.
I was up on the wheel, just juggling along, and then I lost the eyes on the prize.
All right, Mike. 4 right, 1 wrong. Here we go. All right, this is ironic. Goucher.
We can't fill in why it's ironic, but it's ironic, you know.
A goucher.
Do axe.
Uh-oh, Mike.
Oh, no.
Goucher is a disease, Mike. Goucher's disease is a rare genetic disorder where fatty substances build up in certain organs.
Like Mike, a lung?
Not going your way the last 2 questions.
All right.
Suddenly the pressure starts to build a little bit to keep that 4 right, 2 wrong you have at the moment. Okay. How about a Talman? Talman. Talman.
Let's do axe.
Back on the board, Mike. The Talman is a specific quirky offset body model produced by Ibanez, famously played by Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine. Okay. So, Mike, we have 5-2. We got plenty to go. Here we go. Aristides.
I mean, sounds like a Greek goddess, Aristides.
It does.
Ailment.
Mike, sorry, that is a guitar, an innovative Dutch guitar brand that builds instruments out of proprietary material called arium instead of wood.
Guitars and ovens. The Dutch know what they're doing.
That's it. So we got 5-3, Mike. We got a couple more to go.
All right.
Well, this one's not going to count. Okay. This one's for fun. Parkinson.
I guess that would be an ailment.
What's funny about this one, it's both.
Both?
Yeah. Parkinson's is well-known, obviously, neurological disease, but also Parkinson Guitars is a high-end custom guitar from the UK. Right? So here we go. So I won't give you any both questions, Mike. 5-3. Moya.
Ailment.
Mike, Moya is an ailment. It is a progressive cerebrovascular disorder caused by blocked arteries at the base of the brain. The name means puff of smoke in Japanese, but it is not a guitar.
I figured it was like a Hawaiian ailment. You know, you just do some hula stuff and then boom, you got the tuberculosis, you know.
I'm not even addressing you.
Why not?
We're just going to move to the next question.
Hawaiian tuberculosis is a great thing.
No, stop it. Stop. All right.
We got the title.
Marfan.
Marfan, let's do axe.
Marfan, buddy, is a syndrome, a genetic disorder affecting connective tissue, often causing people to have long, thin arms, legs, and fingers. Mike, you're still 2 ahead. Okay.
Right.
It is 6-4. We'll do a couple more. We'll see if this gets close or you just blow the doors off. We'll see. All right. Let's go Sprangle. Sprangle. Is it an axe or is it an ailment?
Sounds like a killer axe. Let's do that.
Mike, Sprangle's deformity is a rare congenital condition where one shoulder blade sits higher than the other. Mike, you look like you got a little sprangle going on your shoulders right now. Well,
I said killer axe, so by rule that was an ailment.
You're 6'5", Mike. 6'5". Here we go. Let's do this one. Okay. Krabby, Krabbe, Krabbe, Krabby.
Krabbe. Interesting.
Krabbe, yes.
I eat krabbe at the theater.
No, at the theater. Yeah.
That sounds like an axe. Let's do axe.
Mike, it is a disease. Krabbe disease is a severe inherited neurological condition that destroys the protective coating of nerve cells. Mike, you
tied up.
You came out of the gate so hot. I think you used a lot of your mental energy in the beginning.
Yeah.
Started getting cocky. You know, when you don't play defense on that 3-point shot when you're up 20 points, but all of a sudden one goes in.
On that football team that's like surprise 7-2, they're like, oh man, what can go wrong? And then they end the season 8-10 or something like that.
So you're Washington?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, Mike. I think this is the perfect time to have one more question.
Okay.
You're
for all the marbles.
Up for that guitar. Look at that guitar again, Mike. Look at it. It could be yours. Okay? It's beautiful. Okay. It's everything you've ever wanted in one axe. Okay. Here we go. Sugi. 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 Do you play a Sugi or do you get a bad case of Sugi? Gas station Sugi. Mike, axe or ailment for the guitar?
I go with my gut. I'm going to say axe.
Final guess is axe. Okay. Is Sugi a guitar or disease? Mike, it is a guitar. Oh, an ultra high-end Japanese boutique guitar brand founded by master builder Nick Sugimoto. Mike, get yourself a Sugi. You have won the first and only axe or ailment. Woo! Woo!
And going in style, buddy. Yeah. So many dogs on that guitar. Can't wait.
Music career is about to pop, dude. I mean, you'll be just as good as someone really quickly if you pick it up. So,
I mean, if I don't pick it up, I'll be just as good as a couple people.
Yes.
Inside joke, people.
Mike, it's time for us to go. Anything to promote before we get on out of here?
Not really. So I'm going to promote the songs of Verbal Shenanigans that are on Spotify. We've had easily 60, 70 artists that have been on the show, and they are represented on Spotify in our list of great bands. We've had Deep Blue Something, we've had Pearl Jam, we have that's it. Yeah.
You were
two songs,
dude. You
listen
were
to both. But Victor Wooten, to name a few, and it's an amazing. If you're not aware of our show and who we've talked to, and you're a music fan, that is a great place to check things out. So go on Spotify. It's was it the Songs of Verbal Shenanigans?
The music of Verbal Shenanigans.
There you go. Check it out.
It is cool. And if you check it out today, you'll get a little teaser on who's coming on the show because I put them in already. So Speaking of songs, I got to promote. We talked about Dom. He comes on the show quite often, and
Yep.
we don't really enjoy his company, but we do enjoy the music of his wife. His wife just put out Kim Boyko. Just put out a song called Chrome, and I believe it's off a new album. I think she has a song called Float too that just came out. I don't know the name of the album at the moment, but she has a bunch of music up there. Okay, so go check out Kim Boyko, and who was also on the podcast once, very long time ago. Yep. So that's it, guys. I want to thank Nili Brosh for coming on the show. We got a lot of cool stuff coming ahead, including the first ever Father's Day game coming up, Mike.
Looking forward to it. Yep.
I am too.
Got some surprises.
Other than that, guys, life is funny. Laugh at it. Keep the wind at your back.
And check your doctor to see if you got Hawaiian tuberculosis.